I'm Eric, and this is my audience. All right. Words are not just words. They exploit, they soothe, they provide happiness, and they provide sadness. I didn't know their power and could not know until I experienced it firsthand. I have always been on the receiving end, and once I realized I was on the opposite end for the first time, it was very humbling and insightful. So, setting up the experience, well, it was in the 7th grade, and I was in, I don't remember the teacher's name, but it was pre-AP English class, and usually I had that class at the end of the day around like 1:35, and it was, since it was a schedule, right, a class period schedule, it was a 45-minute class, and for most of that class time, the teacher was out. And so the students split up into two groups, the boys and the girls. And I came over here and sat with the girls, right? And we were all joking around, having a good time, until a joke was said out loud, and one of the boys decided to say something, right? Well, I didn't hear him the first time, but one of the other guys calling him out once again, which led to me calling out his insecurity. Keep in mind that this person usually stuck to themselves and didn't really do anything besides, just keep to themselves, right? And along with that, they also had an insecurity about their nose. And the way they would usually cover their nose was like this, or hovering their hand around. And this was due because in the 6th grade, they were previously bullied very heavily by females in his pod. And I'm pretty sure it was compadres. So, and after that, right, I didn't realize what I said as soon as I said it, but after a moment, I had a moment of realization, and I started crying, unfortunately. I started, do you remember? I don't know if any of you remember, but it was in the 7th grade. It was Max.
Oh, Max.
It was Max. Yeah, it was, I did something very bad. So yeah, I did that to Max, right? And with him, we were actually in a group the week before, right? It was just me and him, and we were pretty chill until that moment. And from there, I didn't speak to him at all. But after that moment, I cried, and I was very inconsolable. I swear to you, the rest of the class period, I was just crying the whole time, and just like, why'd I do that? I didn't know what I was doing. And after that moment, I realized that I should start thinking about certain things like empathy, having patience, and being an active listener, because those things are very important in life. And I started applying that into my life. So, and ways I've done that is growing now, right? Active listening. I started, using that with my teachers, in any way. And whenever they want me to do an assignment, sorry, I'm speaking fast. They wanted me to do an assignment, right? I make sure to listen and try to pay as close attention as I can, as well as, asking questions if I really need them. And then on top of that, I have patience. So with me, I have 7 siblings, and that's a lot of people. And it's gonna get hectic in there, right? Of course. So patience has really helped me control the way I speak to them, control the way I control myself. Because without it, a lot of things could go wrong. I get angry, I could become sad, and I don't think people realize that the way you act around younger kids, especially, you leave a great impression on them, and they carry it with themselves the more they grow up, and they become almost like a split image of yourself. So one thing I want to tell y'all is just, be wary about how you act around your siblings. And on top of that, I also learned to empathize. And empathy has always been a hard thing for me to learn. And I didn't really realize this until last year, whenever I came out of a relationship, right? And that relationship left me really hurt. And little by little, I really started to pick myself up and realize that I am capable of such things as being alone, capable of such things as feeling emotions very, very well, if that makes sense, as if like I were getting hit physically, if that makes sense. And, being able to finally realize that being able to empathize is truly feeling 100% of that emotion, whether it be bad or good, is something that's necessary and able to communicate with others. And like I said, words are not just words, so use them wisely and continue to do that in the rest of your life. Thank you. This is my audience.